Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and it is finally official, man. Black Ops 7 is one of the worst performing Call of Duty games of all time. We all knew something was up when Activision refused to announce any sales figures or player count numbers whatsoever. I mean, every year, they do the same thing, right? Every year, it's the biggest launch ever, or the best-selling game ever, or the most played COD title in history, or something, right? They always do something to hype up the game and talk about how good it is because it looks good to their shareholders, right? But what they did with Black Ops 7 was, they said, well, we've seen a good reaction so far, which is basically them just admitting that the game was not doing very well. Well, today they decided to make a new blog post, and I genuinely cannot put this any better. But in the blog post, they apologize for Black Ops 7. They say they're changing their strategy moving forward, and they hope to make things right with the player base. I'll put a link to the full blog post down there in the description if you guys want to check it out for yourselves, but it's really not that long. It's basically a quick apology. So here today, I want to go over all of that, as well as the horrendous, terrible, most tone-deaf event I think I have ever seen in the COD franchise. So sit back, grab yourselves a drink, maybe a snack, pet your dog if they're nearby, and without further ado, let's get into Activision's apology. So here we can read from the blog post, a message from the Call of Duty team. First off, thank you for the feedback. That wasn't even me messing up, by the way. That's like what they wrote in there. So like, why is that typo there on an apology post? Like the perfect illustration for the state of COD right now. But they go on to say, thanks for the feedback that they've received over the course of the past couple of weeks. Call of Duty has enjoyed long-standing success because of all of you, a passionate community that demands excellence and deserves nothing less. We also know that for some of you, the franchise has not met your expectations fully. To be very clear, we know what you expect, and rest assured, we will deliver and over-deliver on those expectations as we move forward. They then go on to say that Black Ops 7 is supposed to be a spiritual successor to Black Ops 2, but when it comes to the future of the game, here is what they are going to be doing. Number A, everybody will be able to play Black Ops 7 for free starting next week. They're going to do like a free trial event for both multiplayer and zombies, and they're also going to be throwing in double XP for the third time since launch. The quote they gave us is, "We would like you to experience the game firsthand and decide for yourselves," which basically translates to, nobody's buying our game, nobody's playing our game. If we give you the game for free and double XP, will you at least try it? For the love of God, just try it. Holy hell, man. The game's not even a month old, mind you. Continuing on here. Number B, we are committed to unprecedented seasonal support, and they say we won't rest until Black Ops 7 earns its place as one of the best Black Ops games we've ever made. And then number C, and this one's a really big one, our strategy going forward is changing. We will no longer do back-to-back releases of Modern Warfare or Black Ops games. The reasons are many, but the main one is to ensure we provide an absolutely unique experience each and every year. We will drive innovation that is meaningful, not incremental. While we aren't sharing those plans today, we look forward to doing so when the time is right. And then they end things off there by saying that the future of COD is strong and they believe their best days are ahead of them. But, you know, as a Cleveland Browns fan, maybe you're a Browns fan, maybe you're a Pirates fan, maybe you're a White Sox fan, maybe you're a fan of a horrible sports team, right? How many times have we heard that shit before? I've heard it way too many times. And just, ladies and gentlemen, Black Ops 7 is down so horrendous that they are apologizing to us. They are begging players to give the game a chance, and are doing a free event with double XP 3 weeks after launch. They will never, ever do back-to-back games from the same series again, and their strategy moving forward is apparently changing. Now, exactly what that means, I don't think any of us have any idea. I have no freaking clue, but it definitely means that something drastic is going to have to change for the Call of Duty franchise. So that right there is a lot to unpack, honestly, but with Call of Duty's future being completely up in the air, let's take a moment here to take a look at what just happened to Black Ops 7 today, because this company cannot stop messing up. So they just wrapped up what a lot of fans are calling their second unemployment event of the year, where fans are pitted against each other to see who can earn the most score. The first time around, it was for multiplayer, but with the launch of Season 1, they did the same thing, but this time it's for zombies. The rewards were actually pretty damn good. I mean, a knife blueprint, tons of gobblegums, which are very helpful in zombies, a weapon charm, and most importantly, the showers camo, which can be put on any weapon in the game. And I know stuff like this is subjective, but for me personally, and I have seen a lot of feedback online, I think this is one of the best looking camos that Call of Duty has ever done. Like, let's say, for example, you know, I didn't care for Exclusion Zone back in MWR. Some of you guys may have liked it, but I didn't really personally care for it that much. You know, if this were the final camo for a game like Modern Warfare Remastered, then I think people would look back at this camo as one of the best of all time. It's really that good, in my opinion. You guys may think it's ugly. I think it looks pretty damn good, but of course, there is a catch. To earn this camo, you have a total of 5 days to play Astra Malorum, and once you did that, you were put on a leaderboard with 29 other players. The top 6 players on the leaderboard will get the camo, and everybody else basically just gets a, also ran kind of like a participation medal, right? And the problem with this is, once you start playing, if you wanted that camo, you were basically forced into playing an unhealthy amount of the new zombies map to keep your place on the leaderboard. And the point system was pretty simple, it was like 1 point per zombies kill, 50 points every time you do a TED task, 100 points if you take out Oscar, and then 5,000 points each time you beat the Easter egg. This basically meant you either ran the Easter egg like 10 or 15 times without ever failing it, or you just grinded the map normally. And if you played the map normally, like most people I think would, where you just run around and kill zombies, you take out Oscar whenever you can, and you do every single TED task, you would get, I would say, about roughly 2,000 points every 30 to 40 minutes, something like that. Like sometimes it was faster, sometimes it was slower. It really depended on your guns and the challenges you were doing and all that, but figure around that, right? Like 30 to 40 minutes would get you about 2,000 points. Well, look at these leaderboards here, man. What in the actual unemployed hell is going on with some of these? Like the amount of people I saw today who grinded the event for the camo, but then were suddenly beat out by thousands of points last minute was pretty freaking wild. And it turns out there were a few exploits that people were doing, like safe quitting the boss fight and being able to do it over and over, amongst other things. And the end result of all this was just basically a bunch of pissed off COD fans, right? Like they dangle what a lot of people think to be like one of the better looking camos in COD history in front of us. All you have to do is play a little bit of zombies, not that big of a deal, right? But at the end of the day, only 20% of the overall COD player base would actually get the camo, 6 out of every 30 players, right? And because the event was an exploited, buggy mess, that ends up making a bunch of people feel like they wasted their time. And I'm not sure what's worse about this, like the fact that Activision are driving these events to increase player retention since the game is down so horrendously bad, or the fact that the camo itself looks like complete dog shit in the actual game, you know what I mean? Like, I was lucky with my leaderboard as compared to the other ones I was seeing online, like I have been playing zombies. I've been telling you guys, like I haven't touched multiplayer in a couple of weeks besides like my initial review of Season 1 or whatever. I play zombies with my buddies. It's some of the most fun I've had in COD in a very long time, so I've been playing zombies. I barely ended up getting the camo. I think I got like 5th place or something like that, but looking at the camo in-game, the whole space effect, which looks really good in the menus, and it's kind of like reminiscent to Interstellar from Modern Warfare 3, in-game, and it looks like some sort of like 240p GIF that was like stretched out to fit the gun, you know what I mean? Like it's so damn pixelated and so blurry, and mind you, I'm playing on the highest texture settings, the highest graphics settings, like if we compare the space effect that we see here to the one from Interstellar from over 2 years ago, you guys can see the problem. Like Interstellar, it's a bit more zoomed out, the pixels aren't that noticeable, it's not blurry, it looks freaking nice, right? But here in Black Ops 7, if you actually bother to aim down sights and like you're holding an angle or whatever, you're gonna notice like, why the hell's my camo look so damn pixely? It's supposed to be an awesome looking camo, so thankfully I think this is something they can fix pretty easily, but to put players through all of that, just for them to finally get their camo and realize how blurry and pixelated it is just another reason why fans are getting fed up with this series, man. Like Activision is out here pitting players against each other in a contest of who can give themselves the most blood clots in their legs, then they did nothing to enforce the event, which is why it was exploited so much, and then at the end of the day, only 20% of the community gets the camo, and it looks way worse in game than it does in the menus. Like, how is this even possible? I do hope that they update the camo like tomorrow, because in the year of our Lord 2025, how can they get away with something that looks this terrible even on a NASA PC, even on the highest settings, especially given all the bullshit players had to go through to earn it? This is the kind of bullshit I'm talking about, man. Like, Activision's out here wondering why Black Ops 7 is not doing very well. And we discussed a lot of that in my previous video, but it's just one mistake and one misstep after another when it comes to this company anymore. Like, if Activision wants to win players back, they need to stop pulling the kind of bullshit like they just did. Like, leaderboard events are not fun. They are FOMO. They are grind fest. They artificially increase player retention because of a carrot on a stick compared to the game genuinely being good and fans playing the game because they want to, because they enjoy the game, because the game's fun. Like, that's the whole point of a video game, right? Like, I can't believe how much money some of these people make, like behind the scenes over there at Activision and everything, because I can come up with a better system in like 30 seconds. I literally thought of it while I was gathering the screenshots for my video here today. But if you want to increase player retention without pissing everybody off, rework the entire idea of the leaderboard event. That's all you really have to do. So you want to add in something cool like the showers camo, and I do think it's neat they're adding in these animated camos for people to earn, similar to Modern Warfare 3. That's definitely a good thing, and showers is one of the better looking camos in the game, assuming of course the update the pixelated stars and all all that bullshit, right? But regardless, it's a really good looking camo, right? So if you want people to be excited, announce the event, right? And say, you know what? 20,000 points on Astra Malorum and the camo is yours. It's going to be a bit grindy. You will have to go out your way if you want to earn it, especially if you're not that much of a zombies person, but it's a very obtainable goal to achieve over the course of 5 days. It's challenging enough so not everybody will get it, but it's not so mind-numbing that like 80% of the player base won't even have a chance. Everything else in the event, if they insist on keeping the leaderboards, is just going to be like gobblegums and little calling cards and trinkets and things like that, and then boom, the entire problem is fixed, right? Like nobody's out here getting pressed about missing out on a calling card or a weapon charm, but an animated camo, especially one that looks so damn amazing in the menus that can be used on any weapon in the game, that is something that people want. But Activision is Activision, and they had to essentially piss off 80% of their player base just to get some barely increased player attention from the top 20% of grinders who are gonna play the game anyway, you know what I mean? So just when you look at the aftermath of the event that just wrapped up today, along with the post that Activision made, and you can see why Black Ops 7 is doing so poorly right now. This company is so out of touch with everything around them. And don't get me wrong, I do like limited time events. I want more of them. I like exclusive rewards and all that stuff, right? I think having these mini events in the game is a very positive thing, but Activision and Treyarch completely fumbled the execution of those said events, right? They're like basically like the Jalen Hurts of game companies right now. Just somehow they keep finding ways to turn the ball over multiple times on a single play. If you guys watched it, then you guys know what I'm talking about, but just that's basically this company all summed up right there. And I think the thing that I'm most interested in is how are they going to handle things moving forward? Like getting away from events and all that right now, just how are they going to handle Black Ops 7 going into Modern Warfare 4 moving forward, right? Because Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be coming out next year, and it's going to completely destroy everything out there. And right now, Call of Duty is having a hard time competing with Battlefield, for crying out loud. Like Battlefield outsold them by a ton. We still don't know exactly how bad Black Ops 7 has sold. They refuse to say anything, though eventually they're going to have to say something to their shareholders when it comes to their fourth quarter earnings report. So eventually the truth will be brought to the light when it comes to what's happening here with Black Ops 7. But like, what are they going to do moving forward? And I'm genuinely curious if this will mean the return of things like full-on skill-based matchmaking, less community interaction, the faster time to kill, and the safe space map design, and all the other bullshit. Because just going off the numbers here, Modern Warfare 2019 did really well initially. So will Activision end up like reverting all the Black Ops 7 changes and go back to like full-on Infinity Ward mode going forward? Because Black Ops 6 was a pretty big flop, and now Black Ops 7 is even worse. Like, is Treyarch in the doghouse right now? Like, I want to know what's happening behind the scenes. Like, I can't wait for like, you know, like 20 years from now, right? You guys ever watch like those old documentaries of things? Like, for me personally, I like to watch those old wrestling documentaries and like hear what was happening behind the scenes, like back in the 80s and 90s and stuff like that. You know, like, I want to know what is happening behind the scenes. What's going on internally over there at Treyarch? What's it like for like an average employee at the studio right now? Where are those meetings? Like to be a fly on the wall at these meetings as they're trying to like damage control all of Call of Duty right now, it just has to be fascinating. It really does. So as of right now, we don't know what the future of Call of Duty holds. Right now, they're committed to trying to get more people into Black Ops 7, which I think is a good thing. Doing the free event might help the game out quite a bit. Having double XP always helps, and them doubling down on the biggest content seasons like ever in the COD franchise. Like the post-launch is apparently supposed to be crazy. You know, them doubling down on that, making the game free for a week, those are steps in the right direction. It's just, I'm curious, how will all this play out? And as always, I'll be here with you guys every step of the way as we learn more and as more things come out. But for right now, I'm going to wrap this video up here today, so I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Leave your thoughts and feedback on Activision's apology, as well as the leaderboard events down there in the comments. Be sure to sub to the channel if you're new around here. Thank you all so much for listening. Now, until next time, I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.